Okay, maybe that'll work. I don't know. I've been speaking this entire time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking now.
I don't know why it wasn't working, but oh well. But yeah, I'm figuring stuff out in the background. Uh, server moderators. We're getting increase in players. Rebase came out. People have been really loving that from what I've seen. But with the increase in players comes the increase in Discord and increase in players. And just so you see some shit going on in general. Just you know, definitely more admins. Yeah, we're gonna consider opening that up. Open up applications later on. Um, when it comes down to people in the, I'll leave Alex to decide whether they want more mods or not. I don't know if they're probably in bed getting some rest. But huh? I'm not tired. There's just some shit going on that I'm not gonna talk about just to keep things, it's gonna be handled, don't worry. It's just some personal stuff. It's all don't worry. I'm still broken up about my my cat, but this isn't about this is a server meeting, so it doesn't matter that much when it comes to the server meeting. That's just personal stuff. Um Hang on. But yeah, server moderators, I don't know if Alex will have more, and you know, applications for server administration that will definitely, we'll consider opening that up pretty quick because we need more admins. Trial admins were recently promoted to full admins, so I know there's a few of them probably hanging around. Yep. Uh Greg and Grego, we well, not Greg, Grego recently was promoted to senior admin. Uh,
Hey, what's poppin'?
yep. Colin is freezing somewhere. I don't know where.
Hello, hello, I am here. Am
Uh,
I? Am I audible?
yeah, you're audible.
Yeah,
You
just don't worry.
Alright, I wasn't sure. I'm in, Kentucky. Yeah, I'm in a field. I qualified on my M4. Uh, what's going on?
just getting some things pushed out.
Oh yeah, that's what this is for. I forgot.
Yep. Uh, yeah, no, I've been very disconnected with the server.
Yes.
I haven't really been on much to see what's been going on. Yeah, no, this is what Colin told me to open up admin
Yeah,
later on.
there's a lot of so with the applications for well, the last time we did applications, um we were confident in like a pretty good amount of them. Like I think 8 of the people who applied we were really confident with. However, as it turned out, I kind of stopped at 5. So there's like 3 people that are just like we haven't really spoken with them yet.
Yep.
Um,
So those
so
3 probably can expect to be
they've
reached
been
out to.
relegated to the back burner, so to speak.
Yep. So whoever those 3 people
we
may
we
be,
might hit those guys up. We also might just do the thing on the forum.
I might just go enable the thing right now and make an announcement later.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean that's perfectly fine. Then
Yeah.
people could like comment on it and shit. I know that the last one, some people were like, "Oh, but we get such like great commentary from people who are like have something to say about like certain admins," and most of the time it's like, "I vouch for this person as an admin. I think they are really cool. Every time I see them in game, they are really nice to me," and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But then there's some people are like, this guy is a son of a bitch. I don't know. I think I've maybe that was once.
Yeah, no,
Maybe I'm not sure. It's
yeah.
seldom that there's ever a bad thing said. But
Yeah.
um, when Colin, when do I get senior admin role? My arthritis needs nanlotracin retirement coverage. I don't know. I don't know if you'll ever get it, to be honest with you. Honestly speaking, I have no fucking idea. I save it for like a few people, and yeah. Um, hell, I don't know.
I know
How-
probably a lot of people have to say something about revs.
Revs. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
well,
I say revs and I'm gonna watch a lot of people start typing. Yep, several people are typing.
yeah, Revenants suck.
We're not
Yeah,
doing
and Revolutionaries too.
no green text pizza. No.
Oh God. Why are we keeping
Is
bringing
that
this up?
person still around
I
even? I've
don't
never,
know.
because they said they'd come back and explain it more, but they never did.
I think
Well,
they explained it pretty well. It's just not a good idea.
It just doesn't make sense.
I mean, like I like Revs, like just as a gameplay
Yeah.
thing. Personally speaking, just because I don't know, it's really awesome seeing maps that I make just turn into absolute fucking like firefight zones. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of awesome. But I gather that we're an MRP server and Revs are you could say that that's kind of like an LRP thing. But
There's definitely
what's going on, Sark?
things we can. Yeah. So
Oh,
there's definitely
what?
things we
Okay,
can do
one
to
second.
improve
Hang on.
revs.
I gotta bounce.
Yeah, it's okay. But there are things we can definitely do to improve revs. Yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah, there's things we can do to improve revs. Um, maybe balancing. I don't know. No, command. Well, HO. Yeah, yeah. Something that could be changed potentially. Yeah. But yeah, balancing things we can do. Don't know what exactly. I know I said maybe a cooldown, but I was going off of potentially Space Station 13. Maybe the flash on the head rev had a cooldown, but it doesn't.
I mean, yeah, a lot of revolutionary features from 13 are not in 14 yet.
Yeah.
Like the
Okay.
fact that if you bonk a revolutionary, you have a chance of making them no longer revolutionary. That's not
Limit
in yet, as
Alright.
far as I
targeting.
know.
Just a week away.
I got a hot take on revolutionaries, and I want to know your opinion. What do you think
Here.
if we just had one head revolutionary, and yeah, that was it, and that was the only thing that we changed?
So
Like, for
the
realsies,
maximum in a
like-
round can be like up to 2 or 3, isn't it?
No, I'm saying one. Like one head rev, and then he still has the ability to get as many flashes as he needs, or wants rather.
So current right now is 2 3. You know,
Yeah, you
I
get a
think
bunch of.
that
Yeah, I've seen like 4. Like there's a lot. Like if you just have one, then first of all you're going to slow down the amount of revs that just accumulate, because only the head rev can do it.
I think
And then
that
yeah,
I think that'd be a good idea. Yeah,
yeah,
just
I
having
think
one.
that's just that's a simple way, because I mean, it slows the whole fucking thing down,
Yeah.
and also it makes it really conceivable that the head rev is going to get taken out somehow. Maybe
If
I don't
they're
know.
reckless, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it gives a real possibility of just yeah.
I don't know if we can make revs unturn, because like if we were to do that, we might as well just have limb targeting. But we
What?
don't have limb targeting when it comes
What are you
to
talking
What?
about?
make revs unturn themselves if beaten with enough brute damage.
That's just
Oh,
that's doable.
okay.
Like Upstream has already a PR on it, I think.
Oh,
So it
nice.
should be it's doable. Just make a check for damage if more
Check
than
for damage,
threshold.
yeah. I think okay. That makes
I
sense.
mean, yeah, it would be great for limb targeting, but surgery
If we
just
had
a week
if we
away.
only had limb targeting, just a week away.
Whatever the case, I just think if you have one head rev, it's gonna just make it a bit nicer. It's really small. It's nothing. It's not a big change or anything like that. And yeah, I like little changes that can be big.
Yeah. Oh yeah, apparently
Uh,
mining station has surgery, which is kind of cool.
excuse me. They set something on fire like around this range, and it's just there's smoke everywhere. It sucks.
Dope.
I hate it.
But yeah, Alex, I don't know if you were here, but are you considering opening new moderator positions with the Boomin players and people joining the Discord?
No. I think we've got enough. I think we've got enough moderators. The moderators are currently active or very active within the server already. The lack of any moderator actions is generally down. Just not a lot happening. There's just not a lot happening that's against the rules.
Oh yeah, it's also important to note that Alex is talking about Discord moderators and not in-game
Discord
administrators.
moderators. This is Discord moderators. When it comes to server admins, we are getting server admins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Guaranteed. This is
But
guaranteed.
yeah, no. I should also note, because it's easier to moderate the Discord than it is the server, we can just slow everything down if need be. It's pretty easy to do that. And so number of moderators is all right. If more moderators start dropping out due to inactivity or anything like that, I might open up applications again.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I also have a hot take about revolutionaries, but I'm not going to take up time in the server meeting by talking about them. I'm just going to post the link to the forum discussion that was held on that type of stuff.
revolution talk.
But yeah, I
Mm.
think the number one change being having revs be one rev.
One
I
head
think
rev.
that's good.
I remember that. Okay, so I will note the thing I suggest to go through the prior code changes and probably some big ones that will make some people scream. But I think if you will at least find this funny, one of my one of the changes I put in there is that head revolutionaries are unaware of each other's identities and don't have to work together.
See, now that's the fun thing. If we're changing it to be one head rev, there's no longer a need for that.
Oh, I know, but this can cause things like cargo vehicles and that goes to Oh, hold on. Forked. Is my
Let's
mic
see.
better now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But the
the extreme TLDR revolutionaries follow escalation or soft antags follow escalation rules. Don't have to take over the station, but they can if they want to. And revs and head revolutionaries don't know each other's identities, so they can fight a civil war and ignore the station if they want to for whatever reason.
actually, now that I think about it, looking through this, when the revs kill all of command, does the round just end?
No, it doesn't.
No. Okay,
No,
good.
it
Because I was
calls
gonna
a
say,
shuttle.
no, not in 13. No, in 13, what happens is when revs overthrow command, the round doesn't end. It just becomes everyone that was a part of the station that isn't a rev is now the antag.
Yeah, well, when you code it.
TG
Yeah,
changed that.
as
but
of
then-
right now, when revs have completed their goal, they sit in an uncomfortable gameplay limbo where a bunch of people are just fucking dead, and they're just like, well, we run the station now, guys. Go back to your jobs, and then the round is kind of just at their mercy.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's well, it kind of doesn't really make sense that that is even possible. In my opinion, I think that's just kind of the way it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
currently it is coded in a way that if they win, quote unquote, or all heads of staff are killed.
I would rather the fucking
Ash-
I would rather the round end right there the
Yeah,
moment the last
it-
command is fucking
yes.
killed.
Because it is
Yep.
just you have like 7 people that are dead permanently because if they get revived, they technically lose. So
I
yeah,
think we can probably maybe test that potentially.
Well, what are the fucking revolutionaries going to evacuate to Central Command? Well, what's the plan there? So they get arrested?
No, overthrow CENTCOM.
Why would Central Command send an evac shuttle? Why would they do that?
The remaining loyalists.
That actually did do a role play where after a revolution happened, revolutionaries traded the one remaining commander, which was the chief engineer, for basically for amnesty. And
So-
Central Command just gave them the station.
Was it revealed any changes as far as EORG, like end of round grief? Was that ever mentioned in this?
Not yet, but yeah. Hey, everybody, stop killing each other at the end of round.
Oh.
No more.
Yeah. I mean, if that hasn't already been, if you don't
Yeah.
already know that,
I mean,
yeah, obviously.
there's
We
been a rule.
currently, and I say again, currently have code, the debug wrote, where it makes you a pacifist forcibly, so you're not able to attack people, and it also removes the explosion component on like grenades and stuff. Now that the idea is that, well, this doesn't do everything. Like there's still some ways to harm people. However, it's in case you didn't get the message from the forced pacifism and everything. Yeah, you're gonna yeah, we don't want you to attack people. But
Yeah.
that code
you-
is not that code is not going to stay that way. Um, but when it is reverted, we still will have the EORG rule, so that we're still going to have it, but it needs work because there are ways to go around it, and debug isn't really satisfied with it. So that's where that is. We're going to yeah, we're going to end up reverting it at some point. However, I
Mhm.
will encourage people to please continue playing nice and everything at the end of the round. The thing is like if there's antags, like zombies and shit, obviously people should be able to attack the zombies. Like I mean that's kind of common sense. It's kind of weird that you can have zombies and they're just like shambling like in front of you and shit. It's kind of weird. Um, but yeah, I think end around grief being against the rules is a good move for the server, and I think a lot of some people disagree, but I think that it's a good move just so that we place more emphasis on RP because we're an MRP server.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I will also note, because it wasn't outright stated, if you do circumvent the the code changes we made in place to prevent EORG, you are just eating a ban.
Yeah,
Simple as.
we're not really gonna like. We've been giving out warnings, but like
Now it's gonna
eventually at
be
some point you're going to get like a 24-hour ban or something, or
yeah.
maybe like 4 or something
When
like
when
that.
we first start introducing it, it's gonna be 1 or 2 hour ban. Like, hey, we're serious about this. But then after a while, we're gonna start jumping straight to a full day ban. No, I mean, if we could find a way to make the thing where it's like 13, where it has an option to open it up, and after you close it, but yeah, no.
I mean, the problem is that it's pretty much forced to appear,
Mhm.
as far as I know.
Forced to appear, and then you can't really open it back up once it closes.
Yeah, and if you delay it, you might fuck up with the trader objective and all that.
Yeah.
I
But,
gotta go. Bye.
What's the worst edition one is like or I mean, I like the idea of just things flipping, tables fucking turning, having having loyalists being the antags instead, and then the possible like back and forth, back and forth. But like a guaranteed shuttle is an idea. I don't know how 13 does it. I've only played revs every now and then. Antag flipping would be fatiguing. Yeah, it would probably cause issues with the server, but still. I like the way Fault does it.
yeah, well, it's not 14
Mm-hmm.
when you code it.
Pretty much.
uh,
Oh,
Hmm.
is it okay if I talk about art stuff?
Yeah, go ahead. I've got really nothing much to say.
Oh God, what was? Um, hold on, let me think. Okay. So I noticed that there is a lot of stuff that was brought over in the rebase that doesn't really fit the server. But, like, for example, a lot of the new Syndicate clothes, I don't like those at all. Like the one in particular that is just the Warden's hat, but recolored to be dark and edgy. I don't think that fits the tone of the server at all, or what I've been trying to, like, not the outlaw hat, the Master at Arms hat. And so there's a lot of little things like that that I'm noticing each day that just need to be fixed. And obviously, I can't respray everything on my own. So I pinned a thing in the art and spriting channel about things to sprite. And also, if you notice anything that doesn't fit or is kind of goofy or LRP looking, please tell me so I can add it to the list of stuff to be sprited or resprited. Because I should be more diligent about what gets put in the game. The end.
Yeah, just start spreading. Really help people out. Help Floof with the wiki, because Rebase. There's still some content that needs to be written. Stuff that's popping up, and help out with the wiki. Guidebooks, I'm pretty sure, need to be updated as well.
Oof. Yeah, we're missing the Psionic guidebook, the Space Law guidebook, and everything that was from Niano, to be honest.
What is the carp suit? Oh god.
Carp suit
See,
is a thing you can buy from the uplink.
Oh
It's a
god.
carp suit. it's funny because it's a carp suit.
Yeah. Alex, your
Not that bad.
voice gets picked up on my mic.
Oh no!
But yeah, I'm sometime soon I will look at everything in the uplink because I think that is a big source of stuff I haven't really paid attention to. And then I'm gonna make a list of stuff I notice in the uplink that is just not suitable when I have the time to go look at the uplink. So I'll give you an answer about the carp suit soon. TM.
Oh, the cat ears are being moved.
Is it?
Being moved to a theater vent.
Oh.
So cat ears. Just the accent component ooh component, that's whatever it is.
I mean, Bob, the clone art suits still exist. You just have to
Yeah,
hey, help
you
an
have to-
admin.
and build it.
You just have to poke an admin and pray to God they let you trade 20 TC for the clone art suit.
Yeah.
They won't. I mean, I'm saying it's a possibility.
Uh
Also, yeah, Jacob, the Borgs can still repair the station if they have the correct modules.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm aware, they do have even an RCD module, which is funny, and it recharges. There should be a list of modules on the wiki, funnily enough.
Oh, I suppose if nobody else has anything to say, we can start taking some questions, I think. People that want to raise their hand or just want to throw their message in the room, I can answer what I can from what little knowledge I have.
It's fine. You'll learn.
When do we stop watching? Oh no, I haven't felt the need to drink it yet. Custom cooking when? Upstream question. You said it yourself.
VP.
Mm.
Can I have red text spaghetti?
No.
Sorry.
What?
Sec formal suits and vendors? I think maybe?
Oh yeah, expeditions. When?
Ooh, expeditions. Are we waiting for it to be developed further, or is it no go for any? How has anybody done expeditions recently?
I don't think nobody has placed it.
Nobody's asked for it or placed it. Haircuts that replaced during rebase brought back as variants? Maybe?
Yes, Bob, there was a PR for it. You can
Oh
probably
yeah,
ask
okay,
for
so
more.
there's a PR for it. Expeditions were entertaining. No, I mean, we're not supposed to, but I mean, I can probably say, hey, expeditions on Frontier. I want less knowledge of expeditions weren't happening for a while in rebase until things were figured out. I think, yeah, I think that's when it came to like our code stability. I don't know. Not yet. I'm not sure. Cause yeah, I just don't know.
We're doing Q&A, right?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
EO or end of round. We're not re-adding end of round deathmatch. That's gone.
Yeah, the idea is to get rid of it because we are MRP, not LRP.
Yeah.
We don't want to be HRP. God, that's scary. But still, MRP at least would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to kill after a boring round of op, I suggest Wisdom.
Yeah, Death. I know, but you're the HRP thing. That's for another time, I think.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, it's an entirely different fork, so
Mm-hmm.
it's not Delta V related.
I mean, it would be
Or
would
I
it be under
don't.
our name?
As
I don't know. It's
pretty
something
sure
for
it
us to
wasn't
discuss.
going to be under our name.
I don't know. We'll discuss it.
Yep.
Respiting our departments further. Maybe.
When I think of it. Or when you bring up an issue of something that could be resprited.
Pretty much. You know, if you see something that you might think, maybe we should resprite this, bring it to the attention of Leo in art and spriting.
Also for the toggleable end of round deathmatch, I'm pretty sure it was planned in
Mhm.
a while further to disable the code that pacifism everyone, because
Yeah.
there is going to be
So
a
it'll be
rule.
there, but remember, we'll ban you if you if
There's
you're
a
doing
rule
it.
against it, so you will allow for zombies or
Yeah,
bad
zombies and shit.
guys.
Go ahead,
But
but
yeah,
like if you're just regular ass people, don't.
What
The
what
Mr. Dog
mantle am I
mantle.
respreading?
They're talking about the Mr. Mantle.
I think I did a good job on it.
yeah, you resprited the cloak, but on the mantle. I was
Yeah.
wrong.
Oh,
Sorry.
I forgot they are different.
Yeah, if I say
Um,
it's just a mantle.
uh, yeah, I like the mantle as it is. I think it's fine. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You know, it would be cool, um, if people who want new cloaks or new mantles, if you learned how to sprite and then showed me the sprite, and then I would say yes or no.
If you want
Sorry, I don't
to,
mean to sound mean.
if you want more people to sprite, there's always that spriting guide waiting to be
Oh god.
written,
Yeah, I need to write the
right?
spriting guide someday.
Yeah.
Soon, TM.
Oh.
More clothing, maybe. I know. More clothing options is always nice.
If you say white CE cloak one more time, I'm gonna delete the current CE cloak and not replace it with anything else.
Please don't spam.
Yeah, just because Floofer's here is the lead wiki person doesn't mean they're still not a moderator.
It's not like I do my job ever.
I'm curious.
Shh.
Um, mouse round. when you code it, when you spread it.
It's probably not even that hard to make.
Mouse payload and grenades, modular
What does it?
grenades.
What does it do? Does it just create a mouse when it lands?
Maybe.
Also, when I do make the spriting page on the wiki, I will pin it to art and spriting.
Yeah.
And I'm probably gonna try to do that soon because it would be nice to have help with respriting a lot of the rebase stuff.
I mean, just ask Alex to make it the description of the channel. It's easier to see,
Oh yeah,
like mapping.
that's a good idea.
Sorry, what?
Alex, when I remember to make the spriting wiki page, you're going to make it the description of the art and spriting channel.
I think you already have those permissions. Let me double check and give you them if you don't.
Don't let it overcharge.
The fact that I have permission.
Okay, Leo, you now have permissions.
Mhm.
You can delete that channel if you want to. Don't.
Uh,
Yeah, I've got really.
Don't worry,
nothing.
I won't delete it. I promise.
I've just been looking at my phone.
yes.
One Neoveston game. Are we gonna more lax RP heavy? Maybe. Ideally, we shouldn't be doing too many of them, but you know, it's yeah. Are we pulling off Street Side Bay? I don't know. I've been out of the loop.
If for those questions, you would have to ask Debug, but
Debug's
Debug's
not
not
around
here.
right now. Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, the idea is to slowly pull every week or every 2 weeks the upstreams update, except the storage update, inventory thing.
Unless if it gets to the point where like we can't.
When
do
it gets to
anything
the
without
point
it.
where it's good or gone, probably. But
Yeah.
it's up to Debug. It's special.
You feel this is open source, by the way. If you guys have any coding experience, if you you want to make content for us, if you want to help out Space Station 14 as a whole, there are guides. Wisden has guides on how to make content. They have guides on how to all that. Don't be afraid to help out. We're always looking for more people to help maintain, more people to pull updates.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be looking for people maintaining.
Yeah, always looking for people.
Yep. Also, is there going to be monkey update? I don't know. Ask upstream.
Yeah.
I still find the fact that monkeys have like what is it, 650 special sprites for clothing? Stupid. It's a lot of maintenance for nothing. Dwarf rework when you sprite it.
Yeah. Yeah, helping out doesn't have to be coding. We're assisting on lore. There's a lot. There's a lot of places everybody can help out, and we'll take any and all help we can get.
I mean, yeah, even if you don't know code,
Yeah, take some time to
YAML
learn.
is
You
YAML
you
is
can,
pretty much a bunch of building blocks bricked together. If
and
you know, it's pretty
well,
easy.
that's YAML. That's different.
Well, YAML, yeah. Coding is technically building blocks, but more complicated
Yeah.
and with a lot of errors.
Yep. And remember, it's not just people in here that'll help you out. There are people everywhere. Like, mainly I say the Space Station 14 like official Discord, WizDen's Discord. People will help you out there. Just the first step for anybody that's wanting to become a maintainer is to show that you are coding, pretty much. Contribute. We'll take notice, and yeah. Yeah, just tried.
Can you commission an update?
I'm not. No.
From who?
Mm.
We could technically pay somebody to code, but
Yeah, but then it becomes not an open source, and
No, it'd still be open source if we did pay somebody to program, but we would no longer be a nonprofit
Passion.
type thing.
Yeah, it would be it no longer it's no longer a passion project. It's a project.
I'm talking legal sense.
Oh.
Yeah, some of the music we have, I think, would only comes from the fact that we don't profit off this. For example.
Yep. Hey, are there any new
roles? We're still waiting on that, but Alex has been working on some other like personal projects, like for some of their friends. I know Justice Department. Eventually, at some point.
Oh yeah, no. So I only last week learned how to Git. I am a fucking programmer, and I only last week learned how to do that. Don't ask how. But let's see. So I want to work on some smaller scale stuff before I start doing something as major as the Justice Department. Because when it comes to Justice Department, it's easier to say how much stuff that doesn't touch. It would be spriting, mapping, programming, gameplay reconsiderations, it would require maybe not a rewrite of space law, but you would definitely have to change a lot of space law, and it's also the wiki stuff and all of that. It's a whole lot of stuff. So I'm not gonna.
Someone asked what debug is. Yeah, don't worry. Debug is just busy right now. Just don't be pushing debug to do anything right now.
Yeah, no. Remember, we're a volunteer thing. Not everyone can be here all the time. Like I was 40 minutes late to the staff meeting because I was at work.
And to be fair, I was 38 minutes because I was sleeping since like 6 p.m.
And that's totally valid. Yeah, no, that's totally valid.
I got no sleep yesterday. I was up for like 36, maybe a little longer hours.
Yeah. Also remember, like, this isn't really like work. Well, maybe not in the traditional sense. We're doing this just because we like the bloody game. And honestly, if you like the bloody game and you think and you have and you're an ideas guy that wants your idea implemented, yeah, fucking contribute. It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
That is the key.
Yes, and if you need to learn how to Git, ironically, Leo knows a tiny bit more than I do.
Yeah.
Despite Leo once telling me, and I quote, while he was teaching me how to Git, "I don't know what a computer is." But yeah. Anyway, before I start doing the Justice Department stuff, I want to do smaller scale projects. Right now, my main thing is I'm gonna try pushing a test PR just to see if I can actually do that. And then I'm going to probably focus on getting the Arachne back, but I'm probably gonna call those. I'm probably gonna change their name to Drider, just so Arachne and Arachnid doesn't become too what's the word too confusing to distinguish.
Don't get the 3 Arachne player too excited now.
Hey, it's at least 4. Hey, I'm at least 4 Arachne players by myself.
Sorry, 4.
Shit,
Yeah,
actually,
it's a good thing. It's a good thing we're getting it back. And to be honest, there's already a lot of things from Arachne that could just be stolen, quote unquote, reused.
Oh yeah, no. Also, after Arachne, we might be doing Lamia. Leo has been working on a sprite for that, but we still have. But Lamia is so much farther away. We're not even sure on how.
I mean, yeah.
What there was talks with VM Solidus about how we're going to implement the tail, and the thing we want is polynomials and spline curves, and we have no idea how the fuck we're going to make Space Station render that.
I think the main issue with that is the physics engine not liking it the first time. It's not going to like it the second time. It probably requires an engine change at this point.
The use of spline curves is meant to make us avoid that. We basically replace a physics issue with a rendering issue.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know. We'll see how it works. Could work.
Yeah, no. We have no idea. We might just make it. We might just make it where Lamia have regular animated sprite tails, and that's just it. It'll be unfortunate, but Lamia tails broke in new interesting ways every time Wisden updated back when Lamias were around.
Yep. Which is a shame because it was very special.
Oh, also, Lamia, right. Carolyn actually raises a good question. What would be interesting about Lamia? Because if you remember, Arachne were the things that were replacing Lamia and shared almost all the same abilities. Well, in terms of gameplay, we're thinking Lamia are probably going to have really big health. Well, I mean, this depends on the tail stuff again, but bigger health pools, but easier to hit. And we're removing the blood sucking thing. But oh yeah, and Carolyn said it right there. Yeah, no, Lamia are probably going to be able to eat certain things whole.
I mean,
and that's going to replace their blood sucking.
Felinid can do that with mice in rats, people. It's already a thing. You can already void the mice.
Yeah, we're thinking things like small animals.
Oh god.
Yeah. All right.
Is a Felinid a small animal?
No.
Damn it.
I like largest size I'm thinking is a monkey, and I'm even not sure about that. Also, they have to be dead first.
Yep.
I did actually
vomit out like storage device. That could be cool.
I did actually consider that, and in fact, fucking Leo was privy to conversations I had about adding a new type of slime called the amorphous slime. Oh, and yes, this could totally mean all the station pets might just disappear if we add Lamia.
Yeah.
Leo was what I'm about to talk about is not. It's not even in the design phase. It's in the I came up with a cool idea phase of the slime type, which is basically a big type slime that can't use tools and has almost no clothes slots, but has an internal backpack and can see using eyes that it picks up. It has no natural eyes, so if it gets blinded, it has to have a new set. Weird stuff like that. So also, Carolyn, the bigger helpful stuff was mostly if the tail become larger. So and also this was back when we were thinking tail segments means that you could potentially hit a Lamia 5 times with one wide swing. So bigger helpful.
Alex, all I have to say about the slime thing is Delta V is on its way to get sued by the Schlock Mercenary webcomic guy.
Hey, if this means that Schlock Mercenary fucking acknowledges Delta V, I'm all for us getting sued the hell back.
What?
Leo's making an in-joke with me because
Ah.
my idea for the amorphous slime came quite a bit from the representation of slime from the carbosilicate amorphs from that setting. Except I'm not going to make the slimes look like piles of poop. So, no.
And the only thing I'm afraid right now is we'll end up with a bloat of species.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely a problem.
Because currently we have Arachne, or whatever you tried her,
And we want
Lamia,
at least I want
IPC,
IPCs back.
the new slime.
Plasma
we
Man.
have
People want Plasma Man.
Plasma Man, Ethereal, and probably still Shadowkin, because why not at this point? The Kitsune. This is gonna be we're gonna have to make a choice to probably remove something at one point.
I think Vulcanin changing it out to be, hey, give them the customization options for Vulcanin to Felinid. So
They
like,
don't fit.
yeah, we're not gonna remove Felinid. We're gonna add on to Felinid.
Just make a race that's literally just called furry.
Yes, to be honest, we could. There's also so many other races we could add.
Yeah. Also, I should note the amorphous slime thing is just a case of I came up with this. It's probably not coming.
Yeah,
It's got a lot of issues. It's probably the easiest thing to sprite. But that's the only upside I can think of adding that thing, which is that it's incredibly easy to sprite.
Okay, I have a suggestion. I'm gonna put it in the chat. What do we think of this new species?
No.
Dang it.
I'm sorry, we're not adding snails. You'll attract the mimes.
No, Snurch.
No, it'll be Space Lube, Carolyn.
Shrimp aren't being added anytime this decade because I made a deal that anytime someone uses the shrimp emoji, that adds another day to the delay.
Yeah, fact.
When shrimp get added as a playable race. And so at this point, we're looking at shrimp morphotype perhaps in the 2030s.
Yeah, right now though, however, that person's no longer in this server. They left.
Yeah, the funny person left.
Yeah, they decided to leave. I'm not gonna get into it though because it wasn't like bad or anything. No, it was their personal choice.
So funny.
Yeah, it was their personal choice. So I'm not gonna, So yeah, it's if they come back and they want to share why, that's okay. But I'm not gonna be the one to share it.
I was just talking about the shrimp emoji or the shrimp morphotype.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to reference that.
Yeah, I know.
Just a reminder to people: if you find bugs or issues, there's a GitHub that is very helpful for keeping track of things.
If there's a bug that is like very, very, very bad, and you know for a fact it shouldn't be public knowledge, DM an admin or myself.
Sorry, what was that?
If there's a really, really bad bug that nobody should know about.
Oh, there's a better way to do that. Everyone in the server has access. Has the ability to make private threads on general.
Yeah,
if you want to do anything privately, do it in a private thread in general, and just ping the admins or ping the moderators, and and only we will see it.
Yep.
And that way it all gets recorded. That way it all gets recorded and
We can
and
like if you have a
logged.
video you need to show us, then we can see the video.
Well, I understand the reason why we don't report very bad bugs. It's still better to report on GitHub, so it's not lost in a random thread or in random DMs or in a random bug report that
As
barely
long as
anybody
we're
reads.
able to patch it out.
Yes. Also, for the dragon body bug, it's been reported on upstream at least 2 times, and here so many times. We know
Yeah,
that if you give somebody,
some bugs should be reported to upstream and not us.
yeah, if you give a dragon, you won't get your friends back. They're gone.
Granted,
One day.
some of the issues, it's kind of hard to determine whether it's, oh, this is a Delta V issue or, oh, this is a Wisden issue. So I can understand the confusion
yeah.
of it. There are people
Yeah.
from Wisden here that, can, look into it and see what's going on. But more than likely, I never see them in here. But so if you look at an issue and you kind of take some time to think, if Wisdom has the same bug, shouldn't be, yeah, then it's Wisdom, yeah, pretty much.
Why would I get the skeleton back? There's like 5 issue in Wisdom that is broken.
Pretty much.
So, if you mean the closet skeleton, it has a lot of issues.
Hmm.
When those are fixed, maybe. I don't know. It's up to debug for that.
It's up to the maintainers.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Maintainers and debug. Yep. Yeah.
if you mean as a starting species.
Starting. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no, we can't do, unless if someone figures out a way to balance skeleton.
yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Also, no, tin meat is not edible by everyone, so why would we bring it back? You'll literally stop Muff from eating the survival ration, pretty much. And Diana, I think. I should become a maintainer. I'm good at disappointing people.
All right.
Sif, I removed the clown suit because it doesn't fit the server.
Yeah.
The tone of the server.
How was the feedback so far on end of round? I don't know. I don't remember at least.
From general and looking at around, people are liking it. Some loud people don't like the fact they cannot kill anybody anymore. But yeah.
Clown hard suit doesn't fit the server because why would a random entertainer role get a whole ass hard suit when various heads don't even have one? The end. End of discussion. It's LRP.
Also, making art suit out of an EVA suit, crayons, and a recorder is illogical. Please, I love science. It's not an art suit, Serena. That's the issue. It's an EVA suit. It becomes an art suit with security level armor.
Yeah.
Which is dumb.
Yeah, I think that it's about an hour.
Yeah.
A little longer than an
Actually,
hour. I think that unless if there's anything probably last call on questions when it comes to it.
I actually have a question for the community and a bit of a reversal for this Q&A segment.
Oh
Yep.
boy.
All right. Don't need to make any arguments or arguments as long as you're coherent. Just literally shout at the screen if you need to. What do you think of the state of roleplay right now? That's to all of y'all.
Right now, we're trying to get into the in between of MRP and we're trying to not be LRP plus.
Yeah, it's still funny that I played twice recently. I had a very good time as a research assistant where I had somebody that roleplayed well but was using in-game terms in character, which was weird. And then I had a second play as a chef where I had an RP spam per for an hour in front of me. You know, like saying
using
in-game numbers or in-game stuff that you should know as a character. Like, oh, click here. Touch this button on your HUD. I'm like, yes, sure. I know what my HUD is. You know,
I think that's fine.
It's
like if they're finding a workaround to saying certain things, like, hey, come touch this.
No, that the issue is click on it or on your HUD you should see this. I'm like, that's OOC. And yeah, that's why I say LRP plus because it's RP but not there yet, not in character enough. Also, yeah, I'm a nerd. Whatever.
Yeah, look at your HUD, or they could have just said, "Oh, if you looking at the interface, you can interact with this and then change it," and that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah, it's not bad, but getting there. Or less getting there with all the shitters that seems to arrive every day.
We're working on MRP. We're getting there. I think from the way it sounds, we're definitely getting there.
Yeah. I have a follow-up question then. How do y'all think roleplay? What do you think about roleplay now versus say last month when we last held this meeting?
Yeah, comparison.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a couple of changes that probably helped RP whitelist head of security and captain. Security has also, while we removed the whitelist for security, they seem to have gotten better at roleplay. I don't understand that very well, but I've noticed it. It's weird.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. It's just weird.
I think the reason it's gotten better is because we've massively increased the hour requirements, but also, we've been pushing harder on warning people for LRP because I think previously we had a problem where basically whitelist where people who did LRP just lost their whitelist, but now that's not a punitive measure that's available anymore. Well, it's only punitive measure for people like people who are like now at the big whitelist, much more important now, but limited people. This means that I've actually been going around, and if I see minor shittery but with no chat, I've been boinking people over it. I actually had a clown earlier, like today, a few hours ago, who went around on a stolen Janny cart, said 18 things their entire time on the server, and spent the last 15 minutes throwing soap and radio and spilling cans in front of security. And I told them just outright, you can do that, you just gotta talk more, and they left.
Lamau.
You know, I told them, you know, that's kind of breaking rule 2 if you're not going to roleplay that. You got to involve other people. And they said, this has ruined this is kind of ruined the roleplay for me. I'm just going to leave now. And I was like, okay, mate. You said 20 words this entire shift.
What roleplay? Oh my god.
I would play
This is the first time hearing about this.
It happened during the staff meeting.
Oh, lol.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So basically, we've been pointing more people over LRP. This is actually, at least in 3 cases in which I've done this, this has just outright caused the person to leave. Sometimes they'll tell me outright, "Oh, I didn't know this was MRP," and then leave. Just, I'm kind of surprised about that.
Yeah. The fact that we are quote unquote public MRP servers, we're doing pretty well when you think about it.
Oh, Death. I'm kind of aware that at least some of these people are definitely know it's MRP and are just using that as an excuse. But at the very least, I haven't seen these people generally return.
Yeah, usually, from what I've seen over time, a lot of the shitters leave after they get bored. Like usually the people who stick around actually care about roleplay, which is always good.
Oh, actually, and speaking of this, I'm going to tell y'all something that we discussed a bit earlier about company policy. Mostly because I ran a test and some of y'all failed the test a few days ago. Company policy doesn't apply to passengers. It's also not a legal document. Well, it is a legal document for Nanotrazen employees, but you can't you can't do things like charge a crime out of company policy. They have to actually commit a space law crime.
Why did you say that? Why did you tell them?
But yeah, we're working on stuff for that. So yeah.
Why?
I should note. I should note. If you jaywalk, security can still arrest you.
But don't do that shit. Do not do that shit.
Yeah.
Still follow space law.
You know, space law still applies to you. Will still be charged with murder. In fact, seeing as those of you who are passengers are freeloaders, you'll probably be charged even harder.
Yep. Hello, Wakefield. You raised your hand.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Wakefield. First
That
off,
sounds like
sorry,
me.
Phil, you can't eat cannabis. My apologies. Secondly, so if a passenger is going out of their way to create something that is unsafe for other crew members, such as a health hazard, could we use company policy to disrupt said actions?
You can use space law for that already. I think there's a rule. I think there's a law for reckless endangerment, and also you can you can tell us about it, and we'll ban them.
Well, it's more of just recently I was playing captain on a round, and there was a gentleman who had a hobo lair full of dead body parts and rotting meat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, not necessarily any space law against just having rotting meat lying out covered in the floor in blood and liquid.
So I believe
vandalism,
you can do some things as that. Number one, as the captain, you can technically mark any area as restricted, and so you can just tell them to leave leave their hobo lair and take it over, and then get rid of all that shit. That is an option.
Jacob Pope, by the way, Carolyn. No, it was not Jacob.
But yeah, you can tell them to leave. You can tell them to leave, especially because what you're telling them to leave isn't even really a breach of their rights. You're not taking anything from them. I wouldn't. It's probably not even considered theft, except maybe. But even considering all of that, there's already, I'm pretty sure, a charge for reckless endangerment. Let me go ahead and take a look.
Yes, there's endangerment.
There's also hooliganism.
Vandalism.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so you got vandalism, hooliganism, and you've got endangerment, which is and you got endangerment, which is specifically a felony. Here we go. Yeah, to recklessly abandon obligations involving the continued well-being and/or protection of life and property through malpractice, action, or inaction. You could make a case that this is technically endangerment, but even if you don't want to make that case, hooliganism will work, or vandalism will definitely work to deface or superficially damage public property or property belonging to another person. If they built a hobo lair in private property, it's probably not their property. Kick them out. Them out. Jail them. If it's public property, kick them out. Jail them.
Perfect. All right.
So, yeah.
Thanks for that assistance there. I will keep in mind company policy is not legal, etc. Yada. Anyway, y'all have a good one.
I'm also going to note that we specifically made sure that while company policy may refer and say these certain things can count as crimes, and it'll refer back to space law, company policy does not prescribe any actual legal punitive measures. It at most tells you to demote somebody and take their restricted equipment. The reason I bring this up is because a few days ago I ran a test, several in fact. I sent an off-duty syndicate person to the station, and within 5 minutes of landing, and I should note this person had syndicate clothing on them, but no actual contraband except for 2 knives. Within 5 minutes of landing, they were approached by a security officer, charged with suspicion of terrorism, and then actually indicted after a trial of conspiracy to commit grand sabotage, despite their only actions being landing at the station and helping a Borg install a recharge station. They based all of this somehow off company policy. That happened, and that's why I bring up why you need to make the distinction between company policy and space law. This also means, by the way, if a passenger is walking around with syndicate clothing, it's probably LRP, but you can't take that stuff off them unless it's actual contraband, like say chameleon clothing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're not employees. You can't fire them. Passenger is the thing that people get fired into. You can't fire them even farther than that. And if it's technically not company items they're wearing, I think you can actually be charged for theft. So there you go. Depends. If that syndicate gear is restricted items as listed under contraband, then no, that's not theft. That's literally your job at that point to take all of that. There are descriptions on what counts as contraband in space law.
SOP.
Yeah, and standard operating procedure contains what counts as contraband. But yeah, I should note, standard operating procedure does kind of tie more into space law than company policy does. Company policy just shouldn't tie into space law at all. You can make arguments that standard operating procedure ties into space law. Like, space law is common law, and standard operating procedure can kind of be considered that city's specific interpretations of common law, yada yada. Here we go. Controlled substances is the actual subheading, not contraband, my mistake. Space drugs, hallucinogenic, and controlled items, weapons and ballistic or reflective body armor. See armament licensing. No, we don't have a licensing system right now. Just kind of ignore that. Cryptographic sequence systems, software or technology, nuclear materials, weapons and technology, long-range telecommunications and broadcast tech. Long-range being specifically things like console boards. You can still have a radio, you just can't have a blue space radio. Navigation and maritime guidance equipment or technology. That's more to deal with stuff like, I believe that's more to deal with stuff like shuttle theft. Telecommunication and signal jamming technology, hypodermic spray tools and refillable hypodermic auto injectors, cloaking, chameleon and IFF inhibiting technology. That's your list of contraband. Oh, in this case, Blue Space Radio would just literally be the comms console. Just basically stuff that can contact people outside the range of the station. And what was it? What are you talking about here, Bob? Specifically, what got classified as legal?
Jaw of Life, the syndicate version.
Oh,
it's technically not controlled item. It's a tool. It's not a weapon. It's not.
You can already confiscate that off of chart if they're using it for breaking and entering, because you can confiscate tools after breaking and entering.
Yeah, if they break and enter somewhere, yes, but if they don't, there's no reason to steal it.
Yeah, no. So if they break the root law with it, take it. If they somehow find a way to turn their bandana into a weapon, you can take the bandana, for example. Or if they tie if they tie somebody's legs with a bandana, you can take that. Also, yeah, breaking and entering lets you take people's tools away, even if they didn't use those tools to break and enter. It's just like, for example, if a clown, if a clown broke into engineering, actually, what's a good example here? If a clown broke into, if somebody breaks into engineering or whatever, you can take their tools away and give them back to engineering, stuff like that. Yeah. I should also note, if you're looking at all of this and thinking I could rules lawyer the shit out of this and create so many loopholes, please do that against security and tell us about it. I think it's funny and it'll help us rewrite space law. It'll help us make changes to space law if that occurs. A lot of stuff here is, well, I should say this. Rules lawyering is kind of intended in some of these cases because we have a role called the lawyer. Be a lawyer. If you be a lawyer, this reduces the chances that Phil will be your lawyer, and I think that's good for everyone involved.
What? I'm good at being a lawyer. I wasn't paying
Hasn't
attention.
been
I
the
was
same
doing a
since you lost to
crossword puzzle.
Joni.
What?
It hasn't been the same since you lost to Joni.
No, I won on a few cases since then. Over the past few months, one or two.
Oh yeah, Fragile Art. Sorry about that. I did see that. I did see that A-Help while I was at work. No admins were on. I can have some. I can actually take a look at that replay for you if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, still happen. Totally. There's so many of them, admins.
Yeah. Also, Carolyn, I'm going to add that I think literally anything with a damage value in this case could be considered a weapon, and like stuff like crowbars and stuff. It's up to a lawyer.
It's up to a lawyer to blow it out of proportion or to downplay the absolute shit out of it.
So the Cyber Sun pen is now a weapon. Good.
Yeah, a lawyer
I mean, actually,
very well could argue that.
Yeah, no, I love the Cyber Sun pen. It looks like a normal pen, and this hit sound doesn't even sound like a laser. It's a really good stealth weapon.
Yep, 15 piercing, and it's supposed to be able to screwdriver and also mine. I don't remember if it actually does anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, by the fact they changed the mining, I don't think it does anymore. Anyway.
Other than myself crying a little bit at the start of the meeting, I think this is a good meeting. I think that's pretty much wrapping it up here.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, I guess the point about Pies just put up a fucking good point. It's not illegal to be a member of the syndicate. It can get you fired if you tell you're an engineer or you're a medic and just tell someone, hey, I'm a syndicate, and that gets passed up the chain of command. They can fire you. They can't put you in jail. Being a syndicate is a crime. And yeah, Sammy has a point. It can definitely be LRP. I would say sometimes it can be not LRP. I have seen people do good role play with the bureaucracy crate or the fucking lobbying briefcase and set up a Cyber Sun recruitment booth at least once. That I liked.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's the issue of you open roleplay possibility, but you also open LRP possibility.
Yeah, it's unfortunate like that.
So you'll have a lot of people wearing syndicate like uniform running about the station screaming, "You cannot arrest me, it's not against the law," which is annoying. Or, if they open a shop though, they're technically breaking space law. If they start selling the bad things.
That is, well, actually, are they? I mean, like the illegal things. Yeah, I remember there was a story once where Reese
illegal
set up a
things.
syndicate. Yeah, there was a story
Illegal.
once where Reese set up a syndicate trader and then made the mistake of selling an actual gun, because up to that point he'd been legal. He was selling people stuff from the TC vendor to get items for himself, and then sold a gun, and security cracked the shit down on him. Oh,
Yeah,
Nussford wants to come on.
Yeah. Get a couple final questions here.
I actually was the one who made the CyberSun recruitment booth, and it will get you yelled at by the admins, but it is fun.
I'll take a look at that.
You got yelled at.
Yeah, no, PS3 Moira did not like that.
Ah.
Anyways, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I guess I'll also say that you can do almost anything you want, and almost anything you want. Don't break any of the etiquette rules. Dear Lord, no. But you can do a lot of stuff if you role play it well. Like, one of the things which I think I discussed was you can use escalation rules and good role play to get all the way up to assassinating the captain. It has happened already, where somebody pings us somebody boinks us and says, "Hey, this and this happened. I fear. I kill the captain as a result?" And I take a look at the situation. I just said, "Yeah, no, that makes sense. Kill the captain. Go ahead." And they're not an antag. Roleplay well. It's like the admin. But I also note, if you don't know if breaking a rule is going to be like bad, ping an admin first. Just like boink us, and we'll give you permission, yes or no. And yeah, I agree. Head personnel needs content. I'm kind of wondering if maybe we can make managing the passengers part of head of personnel, the head of personnel's responsibilities.
Kind of what they do.
That's something we can talk about when time goes on.
Yeah.
Passengers still news to me that it's not under a crew and all that, because they're still in the service department according to the game. It's still in the service department according to the wiki. So in my opinion, their op deals with passengers already. The thing we could do for op is to give them back the ability to be second in command when captain dies, because they have really nothing else to do.
That already kind of happens by default anyway.
Yeah, but it's not in the procedure. It's not official.
Yeah. I'll also say, I mean, it happens by default anyway, because people usually just make the head of personnel the captain because they're generally the least busy, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But let's see. Yeah, head personnel doesn't have too much to do now. They've still got all the power and they have no free time. I think probably a good role player could take advantage of that, but I am in agreement that having less content for a head is not necessarily a good thing.
We removed up content to give it to every other head, so every head has an ID computer and can manage their own troops, quote unquote. So it's nice for that, but yeah, up lose the ability to be AA master, and it's a good thing at the same time, but it's a bad thing because up literally lose all their content, which was to manage ID.
Yeah.
We try. 50-50 seems to work.
I also note, like, I think it'd be interesting to see. I think maybe we should just do something with the service department in general, but these are idle thoughts. There's no plans here. Like, the addition of the Butlertron was good, but I'm wondering if there's something more we can do. with that.
I mean, we could recode the entire chef system to have proper cooking.
Oh God.
You know, with griddles, ovens, not a microwave. That would be great. Customizable burgers.
Well, you know what they say when you're coded.
Yep, that's the problem.
All right. I think that just about wraps things up here. I'm probably gonna end it and figure out.
I finished my
stuff.
crossword puzzle. Sorry.
It's all good.
Yep, with that, I think the meeting comes to a close.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out some personal shit and
Yep.
probably just lay down. So yeah.
All right, see you all. You
Good
don't
meeting.
have to. You don't have to. You don't have to all. You don't have to all go play Delta V now, but you do have to go somewhere.
Yep.
Enjoy touching grass, playing computer games, cuddling with your favorite animal, drinking your favorite drinks or whatever.
Yeah.
Or maybe, perhaps, contributing to this game you like to play. See ya.
All up to you.
Left.